And when you thought it couldn't get any better, it does. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of PIM, Partners in Marriage. I'm one half, John Godbolt.
And I'm Vertel Godbolt.
She didn't say the other half, but she is the better. She's the better half. Hey, guys, we're so grateful that you decided to join us and make this a part of your day. As always, we want to invite you to go to our website at partnersinmarriage.com. Peruse through it, and look at all the different things that we have there for you. I'm talking about anything from are you ready for marriage, signs of a toxic relationship, all kinds of things are there to help you better your marriage or make sure you're ready for a marriage. And if you want counseling, you can hit that button, go through there, and we can set up a counseling session, my wife and I, with you if you want to get premarital counseling, intervention, whatever, you can do that as well, right on that website. And if you're old-fashioned, let me give you a number. 910-206-2576. That's 910-206-2576. And Matey will get a hold to you and help you find what you need to find. Now listen, I got to tell you this. This session is our being open to the things that happen.
Transparent.
Yeah, transparency. I like that. That's who we are. As a matter of fact, the people recording us, they're looking at us too, saying, what, you all? Yeah, no, not really. Everybody is being honest, transparent to let you know marriage, to get to where we are now, 51 years of marriage and counting, is not something that was just walking out of heaven and sitting our feet on the earth and everybody's having trouble. No, it's really understanding why marriages are threatened and what causes them to break up. And number two is not only handling money or mishandling money, but we're going to talk about communication and miscommunication. One of the major threats to successful marriages is the lack of communication. And when we talk about communication, by definition, it means this. I have a thought in my mind.
Right.
I bring it out of my mouth into your ears. You process it, then you give it back to me in your own words. I take that information and say, that's not exactly what I meant. Then we try it again until we get to what we call communication.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Okay. So what we're gonna talk about here, and I laugh because what we found out is that we never, in the beginning of our relationship, our marriage, we never gave our true, honest opinion in some areas or our true feelings about things.
Absolutely. Right. We did not. I'll say I did not, definitely. Even like in the last segment when we were talking about finances, I never gave my true, honest opinion about some of the things that he requested, or it just kind of went without saying. When you're married, and I guess maybe our relationship is a bit different in that I had a personal relationship with God, and I said, he is not only my husband, but at some of those times, he was my pastor.
That's right.
And so I had to honor him in that capacity. And so I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want to say something that would make him feel small or insignificant, or that he wasn't doing enough, that he wasn't really taking care of me. I didn't want to talk about that. So you know what I did? I took it to God in prayer. And I watched him change some things for me. But everybody is not me. And so really, we should have found a way, I should have found a way to introduce and say things that I felt rather than pushing it down. And praise God, I was talking to him last night when we were trying to discuss some things that we were going to talk about. I said, babe, we have never had a bona fide,
Yeah.
true argument.
By definition.
By definition of
an
argument.
that we've seen. Yeah.
We haven't even had any strong, what do they call it? I can't remember what the word is when somebody is arguing and they just saying I'm having some loud fellowship or something, some kind of thing they called it. But anyway,
Yeah.
we've never had that. I only remember one time when you were down on your knees and you were getting ready to pray, and we were getting ready to go to bed, and I said something to you. I think it was about. It might have been when you were accepting services
Right.
and accepting them on our vacation.
Yeah.
And
I thought vacation was supposed, I
Yeah.
said vacation and preach.
Yeah. So, and then you really came. You looked at me strange, like you don't tell me what da 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 da. And I was like shocked because you never. So I just pushed that on back down and say, oh, I'm sorry or whatever. So
Yeah.
those kinds of things,
Yeah.
you don't say your honest opinions and your true feelings. We didn't, but we should have.
Now, let me take that part and break down something. This may help somebody because now, after X number of years, we see it clearly. There is a difference between, and I'm going to use this term, Bishop Godbolt and John. It's not the bishop part that gets me in trouble. It's the John part. And a lot of times people are, as I was doing then, assuming that being the reverend, the pastor, it gave me carte blanche in this other part of my life that other people, you had to be submissive to me in these areas. But you needed to talk to John. And my sons and daughters, even though I was their pastor, they can say, I don't need Pastor Godbolt or Bishop Godbolt. I need my father. I need my dad. I need my mom. And learning how to separate those two and recognize, yeah, you might be King David or you might be King Solomon, but you're not always king in ministering to the family and knowing that. And so I think that the reason we did not communicate clearly was more so my fault, because I did not discern until you were praying and God revealed to me, son, yeah, you got to. It's all right in the pulpit. You're doing really okay on that part, like that. But that's your gift. I need you to build your character.
Right.
I need you to build your servitude, and talk with your wife and let her share her true feelings, and you with yours. Because the truth of the matter is back then, I was so sensitive about being hurt, so I was covering it up with a man.
Yes.
Covering up with a spiritual, and so not being able
Throughout
to,
the God card.
yeah, that's it. Let me see if I got it. No. See if I still got that card. But that's where our miscommunication broke down. Is not understanding how important it is to be John and Vertel in those areas that we need to be.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I totally agree. And then that way you can grow it forward. You can and if we communicate, like that's number 2, I think, on our core values, communicate clearly and effectively. If you do that, then you can eliminate and not have to go through a lot of things when you communicate clearly and effectively. And if we had talked about some of those things, a lot of things could have been avoided that we had to go that we went through. We would not have to have gone through if we had communicated clearly and effectively.
Which is why when we counsel now, one of the things that we focus on, make sure that you understand by definition what is communication, what does it look like,
Right.
and how to make sure that you can communicate through tough times.
Tough times.
Yeah. Okay, guys,
Exactly.
listen. Again, it goes so fast. Get on that website. Get with us. We'd love to counsel you, work with you, and you can sign up for counseling times and find out what we're about at www.partnersinmarriage.com. And remember, marriage is not a destination. It is a journey of love.